Tickets, my form of meditation. Monday Service is a ticketing platform that helps us manage and automate our entire service operations with efficiency.
Include starvation of civilians as a method of warfare, willfully causing great suffering, serious injury. I can also confirm today that I have reasonable grounds to believe, on the basis of evidence collected and examined by my office, that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant bear criminal responsibility for the following international crimes committed on the territory of the State of Palestine from at least the 8th of October 2023. The crimes include starvation of civilians as a method of warfare, willfully causing great suffering, serious injury to body or health or cruel treatment, willful killing or murder, and intentionally directing attacks against a civilian.
All right, guys, welcome. I wanted you guys to see that as the opening. Unfortunately, it had this, advertisement that was playing in the background that messed it up for me for a little bit. But I wanted you guys to see this because I want to talk about this. The ICC Prosecutor has stepped down and the reasoning behind it. So again, this is the beginning. This is where it all started. And of course, and this is probably, it had something to do with, I wouldn't even say probably, but this is the reason why, the United States, decided to, even suspend his emails, the funds, everything. He has no access to all of that. So he has stepped aside amidst other, allegations of sexual, misconduct. But, that could be something else, right? But the ICC Prosecutor, what does it mean for us in Africa? This is the fundamental question, that I want to engage on. I want to talk to you guys about, because again, I'm telling you, African people, Africans, we have to step our game up. We have to step up our game, because all the institutions that we are relying on to take care of us, the powers that be, we are on our own, guys. We're on our own. So I want to be very precise with this presentation because, again, it's very sad for the disadvantaged people across Africa. That we know our judiciary systems are not working anymore. We've seen the ICC. We've written personal letters, to the ICC, especially from Sierra Leone, asking for investigations and prosecutions of the current illegal president of Sierra Leone and all the people, his ministers, cabinets, everyone responsible for the killing of protesters, killing of opposition voices, just to bring dissent and silence everybody else not to say anything. So this is why this is very crucial, and this is why we're talking about these things. And so when I saw today that Mr. Karim Khan has stepped aside, it really shocked me. I'm very scared. I'm very worried. I mean, does it mean the end of the ICC? I don't think so. The ICC is going to keep doing its work. But we've been advocating, we've been calling, especially for Sierra Leone. We saw the Makeni massacre, Pademaro prison massacres, all of these massacres, right? But today the ICC prosecutor stepped aside, and it's very sad. It doesn't mean we've lost all hope, because I believe the ICC is going to continue to do its work, even though the prosecutor has stepped aside, Mr. Karim Khan. We haven't heard a statement from the ICC on this matter yet, because I'm checking the Twitter page, just to be sure. And as you can see here on the Twitter page, there's nothing yet on that, so I'm not going to hold that anything, to that yet. We're listening. We'll see. They'll give us updates, but I'm sure the ICC continues to do its job. But let me give you guys a brief history to how this all came to where it is today, okay? So for you to see this and understand, because this was the first publication. Actually, I saw this yesterday. So when I saw this yesterday, I was like, what is going on here? So let me get this out of the way for you guys. But I saw this publication yesterday from AP, right? And this is what the publication states. ICC Prosecutor Karim Khan steps aside pending outcome of sexual misconduct investigation. Actually, this was not yesterday. This is today. This is today. The one from yesterday is this one. Let me show you guys this one. This is the one from yesterday. I want to show you this one, okay? This is the one that came out yesterday. Trump sanctions on ICC prosecutor have halted tribunal's work. So this publication was from yesterday, all right? And when I saw this yesterday, I was going to talk about it, but I decided not to talk about it. So let's see what the publication says. The Hague's Netherlands AP, the International Criminal Court's chief prosecutor has lost access to his email and his bank accounts have been frozen. The Hague-based court's American staffers have been told that if they travel to the US, they risk arrest. All right? So I saw this yesterday. Some non-governmental organizations have stopped working with the ICC, and the leaders of one won't even reply to emails from court officials. This is how much disrespect the court is facing right now. Those are just some of the hurdles facing court staff since US President Donald Trump in February slapped sanctions on its chief prosecutor, Karim Khan, according to interviews with current and former ICC officials, international lawyers, and human rights advocates. So this is what is happening to the prosecutor right now. He does not even have access to his emails, and bank accounts have been frozen. So when I saw this yesterday, and then, come today, I saw this publication now from, the AP again. I was like, okay, it's a good thing that I did not even talk about this yesterday. It's good that I'm talking about it now, So that is what I want to do, and that is what I want to talk about, guys, because this is very sad for us across, the continent of Africa, particularly so. We don't have judiciary working. I mean, when you take countries like Sierra Leone, now Tanzania, Burundi, Uganda, all of these, the judiciary is only working for the state, meaning the state, not the people of the countries anymore, but working for the corrupt regimes that appointed them to these courts. That is what is actually happening across Africa. So when I saw this, I felt very disappointed, so I want to talk to you guys about this. So I saw this today. ICC prosecutor Karim Khan steps aside pending outcome of sexual misconduct investigation. But then this leads me to believe that these sexual misconduct allegations and stuff could be trumped up against this man. Why? Because 11 months ago, he actually announced that he is calling for the arrest of Benjamin Netanyahu and his defense minister for what has been happening between Israel and Palestine. And also actually called for the arrest of the Hamas leader at the time. I think one of them is dead now. I don't know what's going on with the others. But it called for, an indictment, for both Israel and that of the Hamas. But both the United States, president at the time, President Joe Biden condemned the ICC prosecutor for taking such an action. And Donald Trump went a little bit further than Joe Biden, to sanction the prosecutor. So like I showed you from yesterday's publication by AP, it showed clearly that, this is what was going on. So when I saw this today, I wasn't really surprised. Again, this is the article from yesterday, right? This article came yesterday, and it says Trump sanctions on ICC prosecutor have halted tribunal's work. If the man does not have access to his accounts, he does not have access to his emails, then what is the point of him working, right? So when I saw this article today, it gave me clarity for me to see exactly why Mr. Karim Khan steps aside. So he decided to step aside, and again, I feel it's very sad because the court has been doing a phenomenal work. If we look through again, the page here, let me put it on a bigger screen for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. But we see here what the courts is doing, the fantastic work they're doing. The statement, of ICC prosecutor Karim Khan to the United Nations. Actually, this was 9 hours ago, Security Council. And if we look here, Republic of Korea mission to UN. The court's efforts to deliver justice must not be hindered under any circumstances. This is the ICC, reposting, what is happening in South Korea. Slovenia, the ICC posted this. France, Libya International Criminal Court, So they've been doing some work, especially like in, Uganda, all of these. Libya accepts ICC jurisdiction under alleged crimes. So the ICC has been doing a fantastic work, everybody. And so this is very sad for people like myself that have been following the courts. You all know that I've been calling, we've been calling fervently for the arrest and prosecution of Julius Matabio, but that has not happened up until this point. We don't know why, but it is what it is, and we'll continue to, advocate. But this is the reality of what is actually happening. So the court, has been doing its job. It's unfortunate because for me, I'm very sad that the ICC prosecutor, before he stepped aside like this, he had not, even though Sierra Leoneans, we've pleaded, we've written countless letters, to the ICC. I mean, we have proofs to show, we've gotten responses of the ICC receiving, the letters that we wrote way back then, and unfortunately, no action was taken. But we have hope that we've not given up, and we know that at least at some point, the ICC would, do right by the people of Sierra Leone. So again, this is one of the responses we got from the ICC, as you can see here. This was March 9th, 2021, when we wrote, we got a response back from the ICC, and it's stated here, as you can see, the Office of the Prosecutor of the International Criminal Court acknowledges receipt of your document letters. This communication has been duly entered in the communications register of the office. We will give consideration to this communication as appropriate in accordance with the provisions of the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court. Please note, this acknowledgement letter does not mean an investigation has been opened, nor that an investigation will be opened by the Office of the Prosecutor. As soon as a decision is reached, we will inform you in writing and provide you with reasons for this decision. The only thing I can tell you, I cannot guarantee, and I don't know why the ICC has not opened up, or at least opened up an investigation. I believe they have a file on Matabio. He has met with Matabio a couple of occasions, so I believe there is a case, but I don't know why he has not indicted Julius Matabio and his cronies for the killings, the massacre, the crimes of aggression. I don't know why it did not announce an indictment, but I can tell you this: we have a lady called Maria Samba, Maria Miata Maria Samba. Actually, she's one of the judges in the court of ICC. She's there. I think she's going to be there for almost 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. She'll probably be there for another till 2033 or something like that. But Miata Maria Samba is actually at the ICC, and she is one of the, folks, that are in there. So I don't know if she has anything to hinder the fact that Sierra Leone has not been able to announce an investigation. But as you can see, guys, this is the prosecutor meeting with Matabio at the, Sierra Leone's embassy sometime last year. This meeting, and I take this picture, I don't take this photo lightly. If you look at this photo, you can see how tense the environment is. You can really see that the prosecutor gave Matabio a letter. This letter, I believe, from the look of this room, you see how tensed everybody was? This letter tells me purely, and when the ICC prosecutor is moving around with the registrar, this gentleman back there is the registrar. When he's moving around with him, it is possible that he's pending an indictment, to charge an indictment. So again, look at, Matabio's face. Look at him here as he's reading this letter from the prosecutor. This is not a beautiful letter. This is not a beautiful letter. At the same time, look at Kande Yumkela. Look at these people. I don't know who the other guy is, but look at Kande Yumkela's face. You can see that this was not a beautiful moment. So I know there is something cooking in the waters for Sierra Leone. And that is why when I saw, this today, these publications of the ICC prosecutor stepping aside, I'm really, I'm not downtrodden, but I'm disappointed. I feel very bad, because Mr. Karim Khan is a good man. He's been doing, the good work for, representing a lot of Africans that are underserved, and the ICC is very important to Africa because it is the only recourse that the people of Africa have, especially like in Sierra Leone, for us to get the justice that we deserve. Because today the judiciary, the courts are all staffed with tribalism, all one tribe dominance. When you look at all the judges within the Supreme Court in Sierra Leone, these people are all, just tribalists, nepotists. They are there only for one agenda, and that is to serve the illegal government of the day, Julius Maada Bio. They're not there to serve the people, I've been following the special court. I'm looking at their pages every night again. Look at this. Apart from reparations, TFV, FPV offers assistance to victims in countries where ICC investigates, medical treatment, psychological rehabilitation. Let me put this on a bigger screen for you guys so you guys can see this. This is the kind of work: education, livelihood support, all of this. So I take the work of the courts very seriously, guys. And seeing this news today really, really saddens me. I must tell you that, But I'm not downtrodden, because I believe that the courts at some point is going to rise and do what it's supposed to do to protect the people of Africa. And Sierra Leone is not an exception to this, right? But let me show you guys this video, because it's very important. Like I started playing it initially. I want you guys to see where the sanction came about and what led to the prosecutor stepping aside today. I want to take you back all the way from the beginning. When the prosecution, when he announced the indictment of the Israeli Prime Minister and the Defense Minister and that of the Hamas. So I'll take you there, and you guys would see when the U.S. came back, President Trump, and sanctioned him, and how Joe Biden even, attacked the ICC prosecutor. So this has been going on for about 11 months now. But since he announced the indictment. So let's listen to this together, and we'll take it from there. All right, let's listen to this together.
I can also confirm today that I have reasonable grounds to believe, on the basis of evidence collected and examined by my office, that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant bear criminal responsibility for the following international crimes committed on the territory of the State of Palestine from at least the 8th of October 2023. The crimes include starvation of civilians as a method of warfare, willfully causing great suffering, serious injury to body or health or cruel treatment, willful killing or murder, and intentionally directing attacks against a civilian population, as well as crimes against humanity of extermination and or murder, persecution, and allegations of crimes of committing other inhumane acts. My office submits that these individuals, through a common plan, have systematically deprived the civilian population of Gaza of objects indispensable to human survival. We have reached that conclusion based upon interviews with survivors, many eyewitnesses, experts, from satellite imagery, statements from Israeli officials, including the 2 individuals subject to the present application, as well as based upon several hundred authenticated videos, photographs, and audio recordings, many of which were taken and shared by victims and eyewitnesses themselves. My office charges Netanyahu and Gallant as co-perpetrators and as superiors in the commission of these alleged crimes. Israel, like all states, has the right to defend its population. It has every right to ensure the return of hostages that have been criminally and callously taken. Those rights, however, do not absolve Israel of its obligations to comply with international humanitarian law. Intentionally causing death, starvation, injury, and suffering to the civilian population, including so very many women and children, are criminal means to achieve military and political goals. That's what we allege. I have reasonable grounds to believe that 3 senior leaders of Hamas, Yahya Sinwar, Mohammed Daif, and Ismail Haniyeh, bear criminal responsibility for the following international crimes committed on the territory of Israel and the State of Palestine from at least the 7th of October 2023. Extermination as a crime against humanity. Murder as a crime against humanity and as a war crime. The taking of hostages as a war crime. Rape and other acts of sexual violence during captivity as crimes against humanity and as war crimes. Torture during captivity as a crime against...
So as you guys can see, the ICC prosecutor indicted both Israel and that of Hamas. So what happened later on, we saw that, the American government, decided to, in favor of Israel, decided to sanction, Mr. Karim Khan based off of those, situations. So it's very crucial. It's very important that Sierra Leoneans, we pay attention to this because, we are on our own. And I keep emphasizing this point. And unfortunately, the people are left to themselves. The opposition is not there, to actually support, let's check this out.
To all the enemies of Israel, including their collaborators in The Hague, I renew that pledge today. Israel will wage our war against Hamas until that war is won, because never again is now.
Let me be clear. We reject the ICC's application for arrest warrants against Israeli leaders.
So you see, even President Joe Biden condemned the ICC prosecutor for indicting Israel and Hamas. But listen attentively.
Whatever these warrants may imply, there is no equivalence between Israel and Hamas.
Guys, so you see, so this is what is actually happening. And this is why I say again, I wish, the ICC prosecutor had actually, paid attention to Sierra Leone's situation and probably at least had indicted Julius Maada Bio. That would have been very welcoming news because we know for a fact that Julius Maada Bio committed atrocious crimes against our people. And there are interviews to back and show that. Let's take a look at this real quick.
I have a duty to deliver development to this country. I pay attention to that. So little braggarts who make noise on the social media never attract my attention.
Sierra Leone's President Julius Maada Bio speaks exclusively to the BBC days after protest over economic hardships resulted in 25 deaths. and in sport. The countdown is on. Just a day to go before the highly anticipated heavyweight boxing rematch between world champion Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua.
So this was the report done by BBC, okay? Let's listen in. These are all the evidences after the massacre in Sierra Leone. The ICC had all of this. Listen to this.
Thanks for joining us here on Focus on Africa from BBC World News. In a moment, we'll bring you an exclusive interview with President Julius Maada Bio of Sierra Leone. To Sierra Leone now, where President Julius Maada Bio says anyone found culpable in the deaths of protesters or police officers during last week's violent protest will face justice. The demonstrations over the rising cost of living resulted in 25 deaths. President Bio accuses the opposition of trying to topple his government, an accusation the opposition have rejected. The BBC's Thomas Nadi asked President Bio about the accusations of human rights abuses against his government.
None of that has reached me. We have, as a matter of fact, been very, very conscious of our obligations, international obligations. Human rights is one, and we have provided protection for everybody in this country. The rights of people should be respected.
Hassan Domboya, known as Evangelist Samson, was killed. And some people have suggested that it looks like you are going after your perceived enemies.
I have a duty to provide security for this country, and I pay attention to that. I have a duty to deliver development to this country. I pay attention to that. So little braggarts who make noise on the social media are never attract my attention. I only came to know about.
Okay. That was the death of Evangelist Samson. And this man is referring to people on social media as little braggarts on social media. Little braggarts on social media. This is how he refers to people on social media. Little braggarts. But this is the same man that was talking about social media. Look at him.
The image, we get internet. Our voices can be heard. Don't underestimate your own individual contribution. The cumulative impact of that can move the whole government. Put your voice out there. Be candid. We want democracy. If we don't stay there, I don't stay there. President Kabawe time down, we go. So that will be the flow 2 times. No manipulation. We don't allow anybody to change them. But that can bring what? So I want to stop now. I'm not going to get plenty questions there. I will be able to answer some of them. And
yeah. He's referring to people on social media, little braggarts. This was the man, they were the ones that popularized social media. And now that the people are using social media effectively against them, no. He's referring to people like Evangelist Samson, innocent brother, innocent guy. They chased him and gunned him down. They chased him and gunned him down. We know all about these things. So again, I wished, Mr. Karim Khan, I wish he had chased, Maada Bio. How I wish he had chased Maada Bio for what they did to our people. How I wish he would have indicted Maada Bio. Because, going after these big dogs, look at what it has cost us today. Now, poor people in Africa, where we don't have a judiciary system that would fight for them, now they are the ones that are going to suffer. They are the ones that are going to suffer. They killed Evangelist Samson. For what? What crime did he commit? Why was Evangelist Samson killed? For speaking up? I wish Mr. Karim Khan would have at least indicted people like Julius Maada Bio. Huh? Now Evangelist Samson has left his family. Let's watch this together. He has left his family now. That is a crime against, that is crimes of aggression. Listen to his wife crying.
So currently, viewers, we're in Connaught Hospital, Usai. As you see, everybody don't gather, and today.
And the sad reality is, they did not even give the corpse of the people that were killed to their family members to bury them, because they were trying to hide evidence. So to this day, the family members of Evangelist Samson, they don't even know where his corpse is, where he was actually buried. We don't know what they did to their body. This is how bad it is in Sierra Leone. I wish, Mr. Karim Khan.
Governments, they don't select, say for go beg the one anyway be lost in life during the August 10 conflicts.
I just see the wife of Evangelist.
Okay, you see today with finally government declared to arrest some of the people that really died. How life don't turn for you since?
Yes, me man not die August 10. Man die August 14 and then take 11 and shoot down from the back. The international committee will fight for me. Will fight for me. Americans not justice. The begin at 16 months old, always they call him daddy. Dad. Man, just take care of the beginning at 24 hours. Downfall of a man is not the end of his life.
Yeah, wait.
God shot is alive. Downfall of a man. The downfall of a man is not the end of his life. Is there anything is too hard for me? No. The downfall of a man is not the end of his life. He said he will not fail. What is hard for me to do? I got it to my knowledge and I wait for you. What to say to God is not alive. Say you are just a man. Change your mind. Thank you. The man is not the end of his life. God, my God of vengeance, fight for me. My God is able. My God is able. My God is able. My God is able. Thank you, Jesus. You don't need to. I am blessed.
I know a lot of you guys would have forgotten about this video now. I know. But this is why I wished Mr. Karim Khan, would have filed indictments against Julius Marabio and all the people that committed all these egregious crimes against Sierra Leoneans for killing our people. But this is the sad news that I have today. Mr. Karim Khan has stepped aside from the ICC. Is the ICC going to protect Africans? Who are the people of Africa going to rely on now for protection? Who are they going to call on for protection? That is the question. And by the way, this is Evangelist Samson when he was killed, the day he was killed. This is him. This is just one case out of hundreds and thousands of families that are affected. This is just one case. This is him. This is Evangelist Samson. Evangelist Samson was not even a supporter of ours. He was against people like myself. Does that mean he had to be killed? Because it's a democracy. No. Does that mean he had to be chased down and killed? No. They had no rights to kill this man. Just that case alone in itself is crimes against humanity. How I wish Mr. Karim Khan would have indicted Julius Maada Bio for the death of Evangelist Samson. How I wish. How I wish. This was Evangelist Samson's mother pleading and begging.
Mina Evangelist Samson, mama. Let's Evangelist Samson, mama. Mina mama. Not a bossy mother for me, I agree to now. I agree to now. The big for help, long help me. I suffer my kenny. Yeah, they go now. No, help me. The help and I don't go so. The small brother, they don't work no day. Yeah, they go now. 078 100. Now the number this one they call me with 078 100. 078 100. Now the number this one they call me.
That's Evangelist Samson's mother. You know, I haven't even touched on the fact that the APC party executives, they said, let us move on to 2028. This is how heartless these idiots are. I haven't even touched on that area. My focus tonight is just to let you all know that the ICC Prosecutor stepped aside. And we had high hopes. We had high hopes. This is Evangelist Samson and his son. Okay. So this is Evangelist Samson. You know, Dr. Samora Kamara, let God continue for bless and for we. He has taken a position to say that we are not going to allow the rigged elections of June 24, 2023 to continue. He has taken a position to say that he wants his victory. There is an ongoing political transition. Yes, the American ambassador was the one that called. The American ambassador was the one that called for a dialogue. So they influenced Dr. Samora Kamara. We all know that. You know, let me play this for you guys.
Results until this, we have not seen a recognition statement from the U.S. Embassy of the president-elect. Does that position still stand?
The United States is concerned about irregularities in the results that were announced by the ECSL. That includes a big difference between the ECSL announced results and the parallel vote tabulation, as well as inconsistencies that were analyzed by domestic and international observers. All of these things raise questions in our mind, not just in the United States, but really all over the world, about the integrity of the official results. And so we have asked for an investigation conducted by an independent outside source to look at the results of the elections here in Sierra Leone. In addition, we've also called on dialogue between the two parties, between all parties.
You guys see why Dr. Samora Kamara decided to go into the dialogue, right? Because at the time, American Ambassador David Reimer advised for the dialogue. But the APC executives, because they are corrupt, and we all hear Ernest Koroma, we heard the former president in Nigeria, who is in exile, saying that with ECOWAS, once you get the opposition to the table, it's over. Done and dusted. That was how the done and dusted language came to being. Their definition of dialogue meant to go and just, it's over, let's move on and forget about it. No. Dr. Samora Kamara insisted on the dialogue and accepted the dialogue because the American ambassador and the international partners and the APC members of parliament were there crying, I want to go to parliament. I want to go to parliament. I have taken a loan. I have to pay that loan. The international community, they are pressuring Dr. Samora Kamara. The Freetown City Council and all the other mayors, I want to go to council. I want to go to my council. Everybody wanted to go to work. Dr. Samora Kamara was left in the middle. The American ambassador now he announced for the dialogue. Now he forced and pushed Dr. Samora Kamara for the dialogue. After they held the standstill, there was no governance system going on. Dr. Samora Kamara say if you not be listening to the advice of the international community, their APC sellouts there before going to parliament anyways, and he would have gone back to the councils. He knew that. So he was smart enough to make a decision, say, okay, we're going to go into a dialogue. We're going to have the international community to be a part of the dialogue. And this is what we have today. So when you hear idiots, stupid fools, buffoons telling you, say, Dr. Samora Kamara for compromise, this is the level of stupidity. Because again, ignorance. They don't have access to the information. And even when they have access to the information, they continue to abuse themselves, not for pay attention to the reality and understand the actual facts of the matter. Again, this is the American ambassador talking about dialogue, calling for a dialogue. After that, the tripartite committee make it very clear that the APC won the elections with 71% of the RRF forms. 71% of the RRF forms proved that the APC won the elections. Let me show you guys, because when we talk about these RRF forms, people don't know these RRF forms. Let me share these RRF forms with you guys. I'm going to share the RRF forms today so you guys can see, you know, what we're talking about when we say the RRF forms. These are the RRF forms there. This is the RRF forms. This is the form itself. So you guys can see exactly what it is. Because a lot of people not sabi what they say RRF. This is 71%. When we keep saying 71% of the RRF forms shows that the APC won the election, this is what it means right here. You see Dr. Samora Kamara right here? APC? All right, let's follow this all the way to the end. You see? 57.15% of the vote. You see that? You see the big 57.15% of the vote? That is it right there. 57.15% of the vote. That proved that the APC won the elections. Let me spin it for you guys so you guys can see. You see the big 57.15% of the vote? This is what is the RRF form. This is what shows the result reconciliation form, the 71%. Where APC won the elections. And if you look at Julius Maada Bio, SLPP, right here, you see 39.8%. This is the RRF result reconciliation forms. APC won the election flat out. But again, this live is about Mr. Karim Khan. This live is about Mr. Karim Khan. And this is the publication, you know, that came from, these guys. To say he has stepped aside. I just feel him where Mr. Karim Khan nobody don't invite and indict Maada Bio for crimes against humanity. Because like I said, we have all the evidences to show. We don't care and make up stories. We know the amount of violence that was meted on the APC people. We know. I have it. We have the files to prove and show. We presented all of this. The August 8, 9, and 10 killings and assassinations. We have those videos. The only problem now is playing those videos here would cause some problems with these Facebook people and YouTube. But we forwarded all of these videos to the International Criminal Court. They have all of these videos. They have all of these videos, guys. Mr. Karim Khan has stepped aside.
The APC media
Listen to the story.
One boy Kamok are doing.
I want you to listen to this story. Listen to this story.
Media soldiers there the APC media soldiers there one boy Kamok are doing the August 10 Kamok, then firearm, then shoot and the guns come out. In woman, I come in today in woman and in Pekin. Now this Pekin he left and now the woman this way left. And also when I get for can see the mommy we born this Pekin, we don't left today. That one green body in this porch for this family. And the same bubble don't die today as I talk to now. Me fambulem I want for tell una. Whatever you get this message, I want for make una help. Let una self help because this family is helpless. The only Bobo way they help this family today, he don't go today, them firearm. He come out. When they come, now they firearm. And today, the mommy, now the family this. Now the mommy this, and also now the bikinis and now the woman this. I beg, I call on the international community, and also I call on the diasporas. Una we get the upper hand, I call on una for make una help. And also, I go can send the number where una we contract. Also, if you want for help this family, una will contact that number there so that they una will help them. They don't get nothing. The only people them where they with the only people where they help this family, it don't die today. So that I will can give una the number. He said this message, una they get the number, right? My family the number 033 and again 80 67 14 80 80 and 6714. That's not the number where una go use for contact the family for make una help them because this family right now.
So one of many victims, right? We have these videos. We have these videos of how they killed people, senselessly slaying people, killing them. And that is my only regret. But do you guys remember this?
What will be the consequences for the country if that will happen if the elections will be really... What will be the consequences for the country if that will happen if the elections will be really postponed?
Very dire consequences, as you know. We are all set. We've been preparing for this for the past...
Remember, this was just if the election was proposed. Marabio was threatening us with dire consequences. How I wish Dr. Samora Kamara had the same thirst for blood, for people to die. But thank God he did not get that thirst for blood for let people die because Dr. Samora Kamara has what it takes if he wanted to call his people out. But he chose to be a gentleman. People should not be dying senselessly because of elections or democracy. We should be civilized human beings. We're not goats. We're not dogs. We're not animals. We should be human beings and treat ourselves civilizedly. Elections should be peaceful. It's a process of the people making a decision to select or elect their leaders. It should not be violent. This was just when they said they were thinking about postponing the elections, the 2018 election. Now this man be the threatening whistle. Today is the president. They have rigged the elections. And tomorrow, hopefully on Monday, when I have a chance, I saw a video of Mohamed Kanawe Kone, the fraudulent and sinful, electoral commissioner, doing an interview and talking about the 2025 to 2029 plan. These things can only happen in Sierra Leone, but that would definitely be my next live on that video that I saw. And we'll take this man on. We'll take him on. But today, I want to keep it with the prosecutor so we can see what we're talking about. So we can see what we're talking about. The atrocities that these guys have committed against our people, it is immense. It is immense. Et beaucoup. From way back then, yeah. Way back then. We have all the evidence. The videos to show. Look at how they are manhandling the people. Check this out. Okay. You know, all the evidences are there to show the many atrocities of these people. Suppression of opposition. Suppression of opposition. The level of lawlessness. Look at the level of lawlessness. Look at the level of lawlessness. Sierra Leoneans, I just wanted to announce to you all and let you all know that unfortunately, Mr. Karim Khan has stepped aside, the ICC prosecutor. Does that mean the ICC is going to stop doing what they do? I don't think so. This is their Twitter page. Stay tuned. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what they're going to say. But this is the Twitter page of the ICC. This is what is happening. It's very sad. Very sad. But it is what it is, guys. Guys, I'm sorry. It's a little late now. I gotta go. But I wanted to share this with you and let you all know that Mr. Karim Khan has stepped aside. And I don't know what is the fate of our democracy at this point. Or basically, you know, the only hope that Africans or Sierra Leoneans have is for the international community to give us the justice that we've not been able to have, that we've been calling for so long. You've all seen the killings of Evangelist Samson, protesters protesting across the country. We have all the videos, we have all the evidences to show. It's a difficult time, but let's see where the court is going with this. But I know no matter how long it takes, justice will be served. And this time, we're not going to forgive and forget. This time, people will pay for their crimes. This is not going to be 1996, where the SLPP, once they left power in 2002, You know, and as Kuruma came, Mr. Peace, and let's just let them be. Let's move on. We're gonna fix this country. It worked for a while, but you see how it's coming back to bite us, because the same people that committed the atrocious crimes, we're not, held accountable. I mean, they come back and commit the same crimes back because they were not held accountable the first time. So they came back and then do the same things over and over again. That has to change, guys. That has to change. So, have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye. But before we go, there's this song that I really want you guys to listen to. I posted it on my YouTube. Let me see. I think it would do us a nice favor. So we're gonna listen to this song, okay? And we'll take it from there. Let us listen to this song, and we'll take it from there. All right.
So you ready? Yeah. So signal Supermax, burn down Babylon. It's a bullshit. Now let me. Now let me. No sugar coated vibes, we no listen no more. Our ears have turned up. Where is the democracy? Where is the justice and freedom of speech? Yeah. Echo us where you are. You guys gonna come quick. The EU where you are. Uno come investigate. United Nations where you are. Uno come to our aid. Great Britain where you are. You guys gonna come quick. Superpower where you are. Uno come to our aid. Our democracy have been tampered with. Yeah, man. Our freedom have been tied. Oh, sure. Too much frustration in our land. Too much suffocation in our continent. Check down a tiny country in West Africa, Sierra Leone. The rapid killing unjustly, the rapid imprisonment. Where is the justice? It's a bullshit. Yeah. The law have been bent, the system corrupt, the forces corrupt, the leaders corrupt. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yes, the people are crying. Yes, the people are crying. They need your watchful eye. Echo us where you are. You guys gonna come quick. The EU where you are. Uno come investigate. United Nations where you are. Uno come to our aid. Great Britain where you are. You guys gonna come quick. Superpower where you are. Uno come to our aid. Our democracy have been tampered with. Yeah, man. Our freedom have been tied. Bash it up. Sure. Now let me. Now let me. No sugar coated vibes, we no listen no more. Our ears have turned up. Where is the democracy? Where is the justice and freedom of speech? Yeah. If you talk, they will lock you up. You demonstrate, they will shoot you without no mercy. Yes, the people are crying. Yes, the people are crying. Echo us where you are. You guys gonna come quick. The EU where you are. Uno come investigate. United Nations where you are. Uno come to our aid. Great Britain where you are. You guys gonna come quick. Superpower where you are. Uno come to our aid. Our democracy have been tampered with. It's a bullshit. You demonstrate, they will shoot you without no mercy. Yes, the people are crying. Yes, the people are crying. our national election. We need your attention. We are calling on you. We are calling on you. So-called democracy have become dictatorial government. Yeah. The police and the judiciary have been compromised and have become a puppet of the central government.
It's a bullshit.
The rapid killing unjustly, the rapid imprisonment, where is the justice? Yeah. Unlawful detention, unlawful detention, innocent bloodshed.
The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? We are calling on international community, the IMF, the World Bank, the American government, the British government. There is so much political tension and intimidation going on in our country. Gross violation of human rights, no freedom of speech, no freedom of expression, unlawful arrest and detention of opposition people and their leaders, unlawful arrest and detention of musicians and civil rights activists, massive killing at mile 91, Tambo and Losar, brutal murder and killing at the Pademba Road Prison, killing innocent people at Town Kalimba, children under 5, pregnant women, suckling women were brutally killed. We are calling on international community, US government, the British government and their embassies, the ICC, the United Nations, European Union, and the ECOWAS, the IMF, the World Bank and other stakeholders for their timely intervention, because the situation is now out of hand as a result of bad tribal politics.
Sierra Leone, the rapid killing unjustly, the rapid
Anyways, okay. All right. Oh boy. Okay, bye bye everybody. All right.
I can send them to my siblings.